Hey there, it's Dr. Janice Stewart with Holistic Sports Medicine. A happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a great day. With our holistic health chat today, I want to talk to you guys about sleep deprivation and how it can affect your performance and how it can affect just your overall health and how your body functions. So as you probably have heard, we typically recommend people get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. And our athletes that are training a lot, elite athletes in competition season, sometimes we may recommend 7 to 9 hours of sleep just to allow their bodies to recover and heal. And if you're sick, we recommend this as well. Sleeping better, because when you're sleeping, that's when your body actually heals. With symptoms of lack of sleep, we can see crankiness, moodiness, irritability, frequent yawning during the day, exhaustion during the day, things like that. So those can all be signs of sleep deprivation and lack of sleep, but it can also affect your other body systems. So in particular, your memory, it can affect your long-term and your short-term memory. When you're sleeping at night, your brain actually forms pathways that help you with learning new information and remembering new information that you heard during the day. So at times, if you're having lack of sleep, this can affect your ability to remember and learn, and it can affect your concentration as well as your creativity. So lack of sleep can affect that, problem solving as well. With your mood, it can make you moody, it can make you irritable, it can actually cause anxiety and depression, or it can make anxiety worse. So we do recommend sleep as well. If you have anxiety and depression, it can make you drowsy, which can make you at increased risk of falling asleep at the wheel and having a car accident, or other kind of physical accidents due to lack of concentration and not focusing well. It can also decrease your immunity and libido. Typically at night, this is when we make our sex hormones and we make our antibodies. So if you're not sleeping at night, you're not making these antibodies, which can increase your risk of infection, and it can decrease your libido as well. Not only does sleep deprivation affect all these other symptoms in your body or systems in your body, but it can increase your blood pressure, which puts you at risk of increasing heart disease. It can make metabolic conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol worse. So we do recommend sleep as well for that. Lack of sleep can also cause weight gain. So when you don't sleep, you don't allow your bodies to produce the hormones as much that decrease your hunger and increase your appetite. So there's a hormone called leptin that once it's around and is high, it lets you know that you're full. So if you don't have sleep, you don't have this around, and then you feel hungry all the time. Staying up at night, late at night, increases your hunger, increases this hormone, and then you end up eating late at night or overeating. Lack of sleep can also cause poor balance and coordination, which can increase your risk of falls and injuring yourself as well. So all of these things that affect your body systems from lack of sleep, whether you're an athlete or not, can cause problems. So we do try to recommend you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Particularly when it comes to our athletes, we look at performance with lack of sleep. So it can affect their accuracy. It can cause them to get tired quicker. They can't make decisions as fast. They may have difficulty learning new plays and remembering new plays. It can also increase their risk of infection because they're not healing at night and making their antibodies to fight off infection at night. It can increase their risk of injury, so they're not as alert as they typically would be if they had the appropriate amount of sleep. And it can decrease their ability, so they're just not sprinting as fast, their jump shot's not as accurate, and they just look slow on the field or on the court. So in general, we do recommend a sleep hygiene of sleeping in a dark, cool, quiet room. No electronics within 1 to 2 hours of going to bed. No heavy meals within 1 to 2 hours of going to bed. We do actually recommend exercise as well, because that can tire out the body and allow you to fall asleep easier. If you can, decrease the stressors in your life so that you're not up worrying about these things at night. You want to limit your daytime naps, and if you have to take a nap, make it brief. One thing that is difficult for me is going to bed at the same time every night, waking up at the same time every morning, whether it's weekday or weekend. This is definitely a challenge for me. I'm sure it's challenging for everybody, but that will actually allow your body to heal and your body to make the right hormones and antibodies, give your body enough time to do these things at night. Another thing we recommend is no alcohol or caffeine before bed, because this can affect your stages of sleep and won't allow you to heal as well. And in particular with our athletes, we do recommend against overtraining. And if they are going to have practice or training sessions, competitions, we recommend that they don't occur early in the morning or late at night. And if they have sleep deprivation that affects their performance with practices, sometimes we'll talk to coaches to ask them to move the practices to later in the morning, the afternoon or early evening, so that they can practice up to their performance or their ability level, and then that can transition later into their competition. So I hope this is helpful for you guys in terms of sleep hygiene and thinking about just kind of keeping sleep in mind when you may be feeling anxious or depressed, or if you have high blood pressure, it's getting worse, or you're gaining weight, or your heart is working harder, or you find out you have heart disease. All of these things can be improved with the right amount of sleep. So that's it for today and this Wednesday's Holistic Health Chat. Please feel free to follow me at Holistic Sports Medicine on Facebook and Instagram, Dr. Janice Stewart on LinkedIn and YouTube, and Holistic STL on Twitter. Please feel free to message me if there's any topics that you'd like for me to discuss as well. Let me know. Put them in the comments below, and I will see you guys next week.